Any questions? So constructor we have done yesterday, right? So we will go with static and static attributes and instance attributes.
Wait, so what are we doing today again? Static attributes?
Static attributes and instance attributes.
What instance?
Instance.
Okay, thank you.
Instance is based on the objects you create, whereas static means you don't create any object. You can directly access the objects, class attributes directly with the class name.
Yeah, class data.
Practically. Yes, class data. Class using class for data will declare it. Okay. Video is visible.
So constructor means your local class. It is a constructor, right?
No, even a global class also can have the constructor. Basically, concept of constructor is same as installation event in the report programs and the PBO event in the report programs for initializing the object attributes. Very perfect definition. I'll show you in the present system. I think all programs I have shared, right, related to the OOPS study.
Yes, sir.
It's line number 9 to line number 9. Right? So line number 9 now, methods under the methods section. Okay. This is a constructor method. Constructor method. How you can call, because this is a keyword constructor. So it will be only importing parameters, constructor concept. What a concept here is, if you see the code here, what is 42 we are doing? First of all, what we are doing 32?
Create out
32, what we are doing exactly? We are creating object.
object.
EMP1 is the object now. In that 32, it will become the object. Whereas the 29, no, it is not an object. 29, it is only reference variable only. This is the declaration part, 29 and 30. This is the execution part. Here, you are creating the object, and also what you are doing here, you are passing the constructor parameter attributes here. And 35 is the constructor method or normal method? 35.
What was the question again?
35 line,
Line.
what you see, 35 line, is it constructor method or normal method, not a constructor method? What we are doing 35 actually?
Display.
We are calling, what we are calling there? We are calling the method, right?
Yes.
So we are calling the display EMP method. This is a syntax of calling method. So this is explicitly you are calling a method. This is not a constructor method. Constructor method you are calling in 32 here, creating the object and passing the data. Now if I put a breakpoint here, I put a breakpoint, execute. Okay. Now where is my control? Line number 32. At the moment line number 32 will execute. Okay. If I click on single step, think of where will it go the control, which line it will go the control in this code. We have 4 buttons here. If I click this first button now, where will go the control? Currently it is line number 32.
Inside the constraint.
Insert the constraint. Insert the 19. It goes to here, this part here. Because you are creating the object as well as you are instantiating the constructor here. You don't need to call constructor explicitly. Constructor will be called automatically because you are passing the information for the constructor method parameters. What is IM underscore EMP number, IM underscore E name?
Importing
Importing parameters for the constructor method. Right here. See line number 14 and 15. Sorry. 10 and 11. This is importing parameters. And here you are implementing that constructor method here. You are assigning, what is this you are doing line number 2021? You are creating the, not you are creating, you are assigning the values to your object attributes. This is the concept here. Now if I press, if I press single step, if I press the second button, where will go the control?
Line number 24, 25.
That is, if I press this second button, where will it go? To which line? Currently in line number 32. If I press this button, it goes to the constructor here, 20. If I press this button, where will it go? Being here, currently I am 32. I
33,
don't, it goes to 35.
33.
I mean, 35 because 32, 33, 34 complete is one line only. This entire thing is one line only, complete from here to here. This one. So it will execute single step. I don't know how you are practicing and all. You should make sure that familiar with these four buttons. These 4 buttons Familiar means you are analyzing the concepts in the debug mode. Are you getting point? So if you analyze the code, what you are learning, the concepts in the class, whatever demo programs you are doing, then your concepts will be more clear. Debug in the debug runtime mode, analyzing what is happening. Okay, if I press single step now, see it went here because you are calling the method here, constructor method. How it is calling? It is internally it is calling because there is the concept of constructor. It's like same as installation event and PBO event in our report programs and the model pool mobile program. It will execute now. Now I'm in 21 line. Suppose if I click on this button, what happens? Third button. If I click on this, we are in the debug screen. Debug means runtime. In the runtime. In the runtime. Right? So if I click on this button, where will go the control? Control in which line number now?
into this one.
20?
And 21.
21, right? Line number 21. Now if I click on that F7, where will go the control? This button. If I click this button, what happens? 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 Now currently line number 21 control execute going on line number 21. Now what happens if I press first button? What happens if I press second button? What happens if I press third button? What happens if I press fourth button? These four are the important buttons with navigation in the debug mode. Kada. Right? Right? So if I press this one, no difference in this case because it's a group of lines. This is single step. If I press this one, what happens? It will execute line number 21 and the remaining statements if you are having any, but it won't show you. It go backs. It go back from where it has come. That is what F6, F7 button. No, this is done now. Okay, now I am in line number 35, debug mode. In line number 35, suppose if I click the second button, what happens? Where will it go? Which line now currently controlled? 35, right? Because that arrow symbol. So if I click the 35 single step, where will it go? If I click this one, where it will go?
Line number 37.
Line number 37 will go if you click on F6. That means 35 method will execute or not. Display EMP is a method, right? Display EMP from
Yes.
23 to 26. Will it execute or not internally? It will execute. It will execute. But it won't show us. That's the concept here. If I execute this one, no, see it came to here means it went to inside the method. That is the F6 meaning. F6 means group of lines will execute. Okay. Now 37. Third again 37. No? If I press this one, no, where will go the control? If I press this button, no, where will go the control? No, no, line number 37 control currently. What is exactly 37 to 39 we are doing?
Assigning the value. Assigning
Oh,
the
we are creating the object too,
on
right? Create object into and because it has the constructor parameter constructor method, you are passing these two values, 100 and sham. This is the variable information you are passing. These are the two of the methods, constructor method, and these are the object attributes, class attributes. How where you have defined here. This is the class attributes. Nothing but variables. Now if I press second button, what happened? It went internally, but it won't show you. Now I am 43. If I in 43, if I click on this button, what happens? F8,
executes.
it will come out from the debug screen, right? Now suppose I'll put one more breakpoint here. I pressed here, it has created one more breakpoint now. Okay. Now if I press this button, what will happen? It will come out of the program or it will go to line number 44.
40%.
Or because there is a next breakpoint.
Yes.
It will go to next breakpoint. If there is a next breakpoint, go to next breakpoint. If you don't have breakpoint, next breakpoint, it comes out of the debug screen. If you want, you can quickly take a definitions parallel. I don't know whether you are taking notes or not. Whatever I am teaching is very important to parallel you note down as well what you understood. Because sometimes simple definition will give a lot of clarity. Is the method that we define in a class to assign the default values for the object attributes. Nothing but class attributes like variables or work area or internal table. For this, you need any data to be initialized, early initialized. Those courses we go. And constructor method can have only importing parameters. I think some of you are from the computer science background or some of right. Maybe you might be knowing also a similar concept in the other programming languages as well. Rudra, I think you might be knowing similar concepts.
Not now, but maybe in the future.
In the coming
Yeah,
days.
coming.
Okay. So focus, it will be very interesting. Slightly looks complex, but the more we explore, it will be very interesting. This OOPS concepts. Without the OOPS concept, I think no programming language in the IT. It is only can have only importing parameters. So, and other constructor can it be called one more definition. Constructor will be called automatically when we are creating the object. You don't need to call it call it explicitly. This is very important. We don't call using the method concept. Next, can the constructor will be called for one object multiple times or not? Can constructor method will be called multiple times for the can constructor method will be called multiple times for one object. Is it correct or not? Check it. Think of. Hmm? Question is, can constructor method will be called multiple times using the single object? Is it possible or not? Or the other way is, constructor will be called for one object or multiple objects. Okay, for the same object multiple times. In this box, how many times I'm calling my display method? In this box, how many? This box means these two boxes. How many times I'm calling the display method? Display is the method.
2 times.
2 times. Okay. Here, okay. See the code now. See the code here. Where the constructor is calling here. This is the concept here. Now see the code and tell me. So in line number 32, constructor is calling. Okay. 37 also constructor is calling. How do I how I can say
Can you hear me now?
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. When did you lost my communication? How many minutes back?
Honestly, I got no clue, I'll be honest.
Hmm.
You said something about constructor, then you just cut out.
Okay, no problem. You see my screen, right, or no? You see my screen.
Yeah, we can still see your screen.
What I was asking here is 32 to 34, 32 line. No? I said it is calling constructor method. How I can say this one? Based on what you can agree that it is calling the constructor method. Based on what, by seeing here 32 to 34, how do you say it is calling the constructor? Simple question.
Once for each object.
Hmm.
Once for each object.
That is correct. Once for one object, one time only.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Breaking, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now,
No, it's true, sir.
no, based on what, by seeing here, how do you say constructor is calling? What is 33, 34? Line number 33, 34, you can see, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What is the 33, 34?
Um, 99 RAM, probably like the IMP is 99, IMP name is RAM.
But what is IM EMP number? What is IM underscore E name? See the code here.
It's like a number and character.
No. That is data type. But what is it? IM EMP number, IM E name. See line
So
number
like
9,
Important parameter.
importing
Yeah,
parameter
yeah.
of the constructor. See the line number 9 and 11. This is the importing parameters. So, because you are passing the method parameters here, this is a constructor calling. Okay. And can we give, tell me very now, can I give? This is the question I'm asking, right? If you observe. Is it correct or not? Line number 36 to 38. It will become the correct or wrong? If I check syntax. If I check syntax, will it become true? Is syntax correct or false? What will happen if you do this one? Now it is with the EMP one, no? How many objects you are creating?
Two objects.
Two objects or one object? Because two times create object is not like two objects you are creating, right? Hello? It will override the previous object. Hello? You want to see, you can see practically now. Put the breakpoint here. Okay, I'll put a breakpoint here. Execute.
Actually, I thought I'm 70. Not sure.
Got the point? See here. Now it will go to constructor method. It goes to constructor method. Assign the constructor object attributes here now. Right now your object EMP1 contains EMP1. EMP1 contains 99 ROM. Right? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
You can. Right? Now first object creation is completed. Second object now. Okay. Right? Now see what is going to happen here. EMP1 99 ROM. Now you are passing 121 and Kumar. Right? It should have both values now. Like syntax. Right? Now check your EMP1. You see here now, it has overwritten or not. Hello? Now what is the EMP1 now? You have one object or two objects?
One option.
One object. Clear, right? Concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Because it does not mean that if you create every time create object, it creates a new object. If it is a new reference variable, it creates a new object every time, because this is the same thing. You are writing 32, you are creating EMP1. 36 also you are creating the EMP1. It will override the previous values. Hence, for one object, one time only the method will be called. Second, this is also is you're just overwriting here. For every create object, it calls the constructor method. Every create object statement, it calls the constructor method. It's same one object only here, line number 32 and 36. Two times you are instantiating. So the perfect word is whenever you create an object, perfect definition is whenever the new object is created with create object, the constructor will be called automatically. Okay. Next, I'll create one more reference variable. Will it work or not? Hmm? Line number 33. What is the wrong here? Observe very closely. Why this error is coming? These are the interview questions, or they can ask in the written exams to filter to know the concepts, people knows concepts or not. Why that line number 33 is coming error? I mean 33 is showing error, right? What it's saying? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can.
Why? What is that error is coming? Why that error is coming?
No one passed.
We have not passed the.
Well,
So means if there is a constructor, it is a must to pass the constructor parameters. That's the concept here. This will not accept. This statement will not accept. Accept. Since we are not passing the parameter, we are not passing the constructor method parameter values. Clear? Hello? Concept clear? Or tell no, better yes or no. Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Next, quickly we'll go to static. Sorry. Okay, we'll copy this. So this also I gave already. You can copy paste and you can go through it. Public, private, all this static attribute. So class is the keyword. Hello? Class is the keyword. Line number 15, 16 are static methods. Means what is the meaning of static methods?
Standard.
Static methods.
We can't change the value again once we declare.
Static, here it is a different meaning actually. Static method. A methods, static methods, methods don't need static methods don't need any object to be called. This is the concept here. These are the instance. These two are this is instant method. How I say? Because class state keyword is not there. And this is the instance attributes. This is the static attribute. How? Because class data is there. So static attributes means like a global variables. Global variables. See here now. If we see here, right? Create object, display MP. Line number 70. Observe line number 70 here. Okay. What is the line number 70? What is EMP here? See my code here. You can understood. What is the EMP? See line number 9. What is EMP? 9 to 26. What is the EMP? Can you hear me? Hello?
Is there a private section? Like
No. What is
Uh,
EMP? EMP.
Function name.
Not function here, right? What is EMP? Line number 9.
a class?
Class name, correct. Class name. This is
Oh.
class name. This is class name. Logo class. Why logo class? Because you are creating SC 38 ABAP inside the ABAP editor. Here, what is display number of employees is a method, right? Whatever the syntax you do is a display MP. Line number 70, okay. And line number 69, what is the difference? Or line number 70 and 71, what is the difference? So line number 70 also, this notation is for calling the method, right? This is the class method. Directly you are calling. You are not using any object here. Why? Because it's static method. This is static method. Whereas here 71 and 69, you are calling, okay. Sorry. Line number 60. Right? This not 60. 60. 60. 60. What is EMP1? You are calling with respect to object. With the name, with the use of object you are calling here. Whereas line number 61, 62. It is the object, using the object you are calling or using the method, class you are calling. Just now we saw that EMP is the class name, right? Line number 61, 62. Are you using the class name or you are using the object? Class, because EMP is the class name here. Why you are using the class here? Because this is not a instance method. This is a static method. For the static method, you should not create any object. You can use directly with the class name and method name. That is the concept here. Okay. I'll give you this program also. You try to understand in debug mode what is happening. Copy paste this and line by line debug. Then concepts will be clear. Note on your notebook the concepts what you understood. Many interviews they focus on concepts. Even then you put experience also. Okay. Stop recording. I'll stop class now.